Both these fragrances are targeted to women, but they're perfectly unisex. How are you doing? Welcome to You Do You, and in this video I just want to compare CARNER BARCELONA TARDES and JOOP Le Bain. JOOP Le Bain was released in 1989 and CARNER BARCELONA TARDES was released in 2010. There's no named notes for Le Bain. As for the perfumer behind CARNER BARCELONA, it's Daniela Roche-Andrier, or Andre Roche. Many people have compared these two for probably ever since TARDES was released. They both have rose, cedar, musk, tonka bean, and even though there's a claim that this doesn't have amber, I think it really does. And I have to say, as far as the rose, the handling of the rose is concerned, well done in both. And it's not like, they won't come off as like a rose perfume or something like that, but it's just a floral touch. But it's quite wonderful in both. Are they different? Yes, they are, especially in the first hour. But they're similar enough that the people who say that they smell similar they're not being unreasonable at all, especially if it's the sillage that you're smelling. In terms of price, JOOP Le Bain is so much more inexpensive than CARNER BARCELONA TARDES. TARDES is probably like 4 times or 5 times more expensive than Le Bain. And in terms of the ingredients, yes, you will be able to tell the difference. Is TARDES 5 times better in terms of ingredients than Le Bain? I'd say just 4 times better. 3 to 4 times better than Le Bain. The problem with Le Bain to me is that it really does smell kind of chemical. I have no doubt that both of them are synthetic, but Le Bain is more, the way that it's synthetic is really more chemical, so that when you try to smell Le Bain, like if you bring your wrist to your nose, you are going to get something that's almost unpleasant because it is chemical. However, in the air, especially after 1 hour, you could mistake one for the other. TARDES is really more expensive smelling. It's also richer. One of the things I was thinking of as an analogy is that TARDES feels like it's a 12-piece orchestra. If TARDES is a 12-piece chamber orchestra, Le Bain is like a very skilled garage band that's just waiting to be signed up. I would say both are good, but again, with Le Bain, if you bring your nose to your wrist to sniff it, then I don't think that you're gonna like it. Whereas TARDES is really snuggle scent. The main reason I bought TARDES is because it has an almond note at the top. And since I don't have a fragrance with almond yet, I was totally... And it's not a blind buy. I didn't blind buy TARDES. I in fact tested it in a perfume boutique and found that I really like it. Eventually, however, I'm kind of regretting getting TARDES because after an hour and a half, it goes to the same tonka base as Luna Rosa Sport and Luna Rosa Black. Daniela Andre Roche doesn't seem to be very adventurous in the fragrances that she creates, and most of them just go to a tonka base, and once you've smelled one, you've practically smelled the other. She just does variations at the top and in the mid. TARDES is supposed to have plum, but it really is just an accent. You're not gonna get dried fruits or anything like that. What you do get with TARDES is a very strong almond scent for maybe the first 20 minutes, and it's usually just 20 minutes. It's gonna stay for a bit, but it's more like an accent, and after an hour, it's not really there anymore. Very short-lived almond top note. Well, actually for an hour for a top note isn't so bad. I should be fair. But again, after an hour, it really will resemble the Prada Luna Rosas, the tonka base of them. Now, compared to JOOP Le Bain really smells like, especially within the first hour, it goes to the direction of shampoo. It's not as rich as TARDES, but it's At the beginning anyway, there's something kind of fresh-like about it, which is the aldehydes. If you don't like the vintage aldehydes, you don't have to worry because it doesn't really go that way all that much. After an hour and 30 minutes, they're very, very close. Let me do another fresh spray. One thing that I should note, like Prada Luna Rosa Sport, as far as I'm concerned, if you do more than, I'd say more than 8 sprays, and you might get a migraine. It's one of those things. Within the first hour, you really can tell the difference in quality. Because Tardes has a depth, a very welcoming kind of cozy depth to it, which the Bain doesn't have. In the final analysis, I think that JOOP Le Bain is really an amber scent more than tonka, whereas Tardes is a tonka bean fragrance. Some people have said that JOOP Le Bain is a vanilla scent, but to my nose, not really. I think it's really more amber. If you dislike amber, if you find that it's too warm, this one isn't so warm. That's one good thing about it. And it's really, really good. Is it gonna go to like a top 20? No chance. Is this gonna go to my top 20? Nope. If you already have Prada Luna Sport or Prada Black, then there's really no need to get Tardes. I bought it merely because I wanted a fragrance that had almond, and as far as that's concerned, I'm not at all disappointed. But once, after an hour, Tardes really will feel like a redundant purchase. So are these two similar? After an hour and 30 minutes, yes. Even after an hour and 30 minutes, in terms of quality, you really can't tell the difference. But Tardes is just 3 times better in terms of quality than the Bain. If I were torn between the two and I hadn't purchased both bottles, I would have said skip Tardes because you can get some of the qualities here in the Pradas, and just go for the Bain. Because this is also good for the same purposes like brunch and early dinners and things like that. Alright, it's been 2 hours and final verdict. After 2 hours, these two, they just smell pretty much the same. And for everything that's good about Tardes, I think that it's, after experiencing this, I think it's just overpriced and I'm gonna let this bottle go. I think I'm just fooling myself. Well, I've bought this bottle before, and so in so many ways I've been trying to defend Tardes against my own observations, which is silly. At the end of the day, I think that it's just wiser to have just one of these two, and I'm going for Le Bain. By the second hour, it's like I have to work to tell the difference. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.